Hey guys! So today we're going to be doing 02 from Darling in the Franxx, one of the most undisputable waifus of all time. We're going to be starting with the eyes, and to give her a better cat eye look, I like to use tape on the edges of my eyes. It helps them to be more sharp and to give me a little bit more symmetry. So we're putting down a really light base. I'm using a very bright concealer. And then I'm putting basically my skin tone of an eyeshadow just to set the concealer and give us a really good base to blend on. Now for our look, I want to make it pink because she's a very pink girl, but I don't want to make it outrageously girly pink. So we're starting off with a millennial pink, which is one of my favorites, I have to say, and I'm putting that almost everywhere on my lid. And we're gonna alternate. We're now gonna use a brown that has some pinky undertones, and we're gonna put that one almost exactly where we put the pink, just not all the way up to the brow bone, not all the way onto the lid, closer to the crease, but go ahead and bring it as far in towards the inner part of your eye as you want. We're alternating to a darker pink. This is going to go on the outer part of our eye. Don't be afraid to get it on the tape, and I'm putting it right at the corner and into the crease specifically. A goal for this look is to have her liner, which we're gonna put on later, to have a very smoky blended out look. So I'm putting a very, very dark brown exactly where I would put her liner in a couple minutes. And we're just gonna swipe it right across the eye and we're gonna blend it out so that when we put on the black line, it has a little bit more of a smoky, ethereal feeling. And now on the lid, we don't just want to leave it, but I also don't want to put any shimmer on her eyes in the main center. So I'm just putting a very light, cool toned color on her lid. And for her inner corner highlight, because her eyes are very green and so are mine right now, I'm using a lime colored inner corner highlight. It's very sparkly and I think it turned out. We're putting pencil liner along the inside of our eye on the shelf underneath the lashes. I'm going all the way from the tear duct to the edge of the eye and then coloring in the very corner of your eye. It doesn't hurt and it really helps to pull the eye together. I'm also taking the same color we put on the lid right above the brow bone, and now we're doing our liner. I'm doing a very big cat winged eyeliner. You can tell it's a little difficult because I'm looking straight into the mirror and I forgot I was filming. But I hope you can see what I'm doing, just pulling it from the tape. Use that as your base. Make sure the end is nice and pointy. Go ahead and draw on the tape to get that, and then connecting it to the inner part of the eye in a smaller line across the entire ridge. Now you take off the tape. A lovely process. Alright, we're going to set the eyes because we're about to go into foundation and I don't want to mess it up. If you don't want to see me put on foundation and concealer, please go to the time that Mr. Hoodles is holding and we can go ahead and skip by it. But for now, I'm combining the two foundations that don't fit my skin tone, and we're going in with a brush first and just making a completely flat canvas for us to work with. Then you sponge it all down because I have so many paintbrush streaks on my face and you really don't want that. So the sponge helps to blend everything together. Don't be afraid to blend into your hairline and down your neck. Now, this concealer is one that I use to, I guess, color correct, and also just for places where I need everything to stay more in place since it's a very thick formula. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. It's very difficult to blend around the cat eye you just made. Just be very, very careful. Now I want to highlight parts of my face. You can use any light foundation or concealer, I'm using a concealer I use to prime my eyes with, and you want to make some parts of your face brighter, like right under your eyes, on the bridge of your nose, right between your brows on the forehead, and your chin. Now we're going to contour, and I'm blending up. So I'm not doing a harsh line, I'm going in with a big fluffy brush and I'm blending up onto my cheekbone. Sometimes if you do big circular blending motions with contour, it gets everywhere and it really does look a little muddy. So we're trying to avoid that. Sometimes there's no avoiding it, but blending up can help your chances. Contour is tricky and it's kind of your friend. We're also going in to contour the nose. I'm going straight down the sides in a very straight line on both sides and giving her a little bit of a button nose. And I'm just gonna go in and blend that. And you wanna blend this a lot. You don't want harsh lines on your nose. You do want a shadow though, so that's what we're trying to get here. And a little bit under the lip never hurts. So now we're going in with blush. We're gonna contour our face with this blush, so we're gonna be pushing it all the way back on our cheekbones. A little bit on the nose, just for fun. Give her a little bit more blush. Going in with a more natural highlight to start out with. Now we're going in with the super glitter one, and oh my word, I suggest. So now this is where things got tricky for me. The combination of my contacts and the lights, I was in a bunch of pain. I couldn't see, so I had to lean into my mirror and like block out all the lights to do this part, and I apologize. But what I did is I took the red eyeshadow and I'm starting off on a line really small next to my cat eye, the liner itself, going bigger near the bottom part of my eye, and then coming back in at the center. So it goes small, thick, small again. And I did not blend it out, it's just a straight line. Whenever you're trying to make your brows a lighter color than they are, I would love to make my brows a light pink like her hair is, but my brown brows really don't allow it unless I were to try and cover them up with glue stick and concealer, and most of the time it just looks like a gloppy mess on me, so I'm avoiding it because I have very thick brows. For the lips, we're doing a nice pink color, going in with a darker shade around the edges of the lips, and then going in with a nice pinky shade in the middle that's a little bit lighter. It makes the lips look bigger, and I don't feel the color is too overwhelming for her. Gonna blend it out, then you gotta check your teeth and put on some lashes, and I think we're all good. So after all of that, I think I've decided 02 is not for me to cosplay. Actually, my friend does a perfect 02, and she's the one that lent me her wig. Go ahead, give her a follow, give her some love, and don't forget to check out any of my other videos, and click subscribe. Yeet.